So we're going to check out the bass playing for St. Stephen, and let's just jump right into this one. I'm going to play over the intro solo section just a little bit with the backtrack so you're going to hear the context. We'll break down what's going on and we'll do the same for each section after that. Let's give it a listen. So this is going to be a little bit of a mix of some different versions. You know, the studio version and some live ones. Phil is playing in the intro part when it's real quiet, and then other times, like in the Live Dead one, I really like. It's my favorite live version. He's not playing at all. And then same thing with the bridge part. You know, sometimes he's not playing at all, and other times he's playing chords. So we're going to do a little bit of mix of kind of playing the whole time. So looking at that chord stuff at the beginning. So checking it out right when it starts, we have got some power chords up here. And you may have already noticed from the video there that I don't play with the pick. I'm not like a Phil, you know, purist, as you can probably tell from playing just a 4-string jazz bass. But I don't play with the pick at all. I do love hearing him play with it, but this would be stuff where, you know, really is useful to get that sound to use a pick. But you can do it like I do and still get, you know, the roundabout idea using your thumb, or you can even get a finger on each one. But anyways, starts with a B power chord. These are all power chords. And way up here, you can get all three, or you can just not do this one here too. You could just do these two. This is also just like a kind of a loose guide, this tab here. Because of course, he's always going to be mixing it up, you know. So we've got that, right? 2 times to a D power chord. A, E, and 3. So sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 3. Then D, A, 3 on B, back to A. Oh, sorry, to A, to D, 3 on E, G, A, and then sliding into that B. Right? And then we're getting into the main groove here when Jerry starts soloing, and it's just E, D, A, right? And a good thing is to know your roots around the bass. You don't have to know them all, but okay, you got open E, open A, open D, so we can use those. We can also use this little spot right here is useful. So you can kind of mix and match. You could get the E here. And play it up here. And a lot of the notes in between, this is, in a Mixolydian kind of scale sound. So all those notes, you can use those, or you can think a lot of pentatonic stuff, especially on that A, hanging on that A. So that little shape right there, that A major pentatonic, and the same thing for the E. Throwing that kind of pentatonic stuff. We'll look a little more about that later for the E stuff, but keep in mind that this song may sound really easy on the surface, because it revolves mostly around E, D, and A, so it sounds just like kind of like almost like a sloppy garage band. It's kind of loose in a way, this real rockin' tune, but it's trickier than it seems. There's a lot of twists and turns the way the chords move, and a lot of things with these licks that we're going to look at later that have a lot of notes and move pretty quick. So, and the feel is a tricky thing to get at times too. But let's listen to the next section and see what's going on with that. So here we are with the chorus. It's almost the same as that kind of intro solo section, or all these solo sections that go over the E, D, A, but it's just goes back to we've got E, D, A, back to E, so it's the only little twist there, and then E, D, and it stops on that A real quick. But the feel is a little different, and he's usually playing triads. He's outlining the chords like this. So those are the notes that make up the chord. So E chord, you have E, G sharp, and B. So it's the root, third, and fifth of an E chord. And then it's the same shape. You don't have to really memorize all these notes, this, that. You just know that shape. You can also play it like this if you want to add a little slide in there. But yeah, you have to move around a little more. Either way works, you know. And that gives you that feel for the chorus. And I call it the chorus. No, it's hard to even label the kind of parts of this tune because it's so different. But I don't really hear it as like a clear verse. It's kind of like that's the kind of catchy chorus, and then it goes into the solos again. But let's check out the long kind of breakdown bridge section, and then we'll see what's going on. So this one, you're starting off here, the last chorus. Right, we're going through that, right? The same, but then it does this little twist. It goes power chords, E, D, and then we're going up to here, G, A, D. It's kind of like playing pieces of the three-note version of that power chord. So these two, and the higher two, back and forth, and then kind of just doing this little pattern on the scale, and then it kicks in with the singing, and we've got back to the same E, D, and you can always just do the bottom two, don't do the full three note, doesn't matter that much. And it just does that 3 times, right? And then the 4th time, he's going up high. And then it starts building. Right? And that's that build up, big climax into, I'm calling it the lick. And let's give that a listen to the context, and then we'll see what's going on with that little lick. So now he's kind of playing along with the guitars, and it's way up high up here, going. And it does it again, but then he goes up even higher, and then down here, this is kind of like outlining the E chord. Here's that power chord again, and there's that major third of the chord, so it's got that big slide down back into that groove there. So that's the one that takes, you know, a little time to get it that under your fingers if it's, you know, new to you. But that's that big lick that happens there. And then the last thing is, you know, what I'm calling the jam, but it's not really a big open jam. They usually wouldn't play it that long, but it's a little different, a little freer. Let's give it just a listen to a little clip of it, and then I'll show you some things that's going on there. So that's just playing over E, right? And it starts off those hits, and Phil's often playing the power chord again down here. And then getting, you know, real Phil, like getting real free. And you can again do, you know, the E mixolydian stuff, just kind of mess around with that, revolve around that E, or just E pentatonic, like this shape right here. So these notes down here too. So if you got, and then bring it down, sometimes down low, and you know, climbing up that scale. Here's that E mixolydian again. You know, bringing it back to here maybe. That's just that pentatonic again, and you know, messing around with it like that, but keeping it, you know, really loose, really free, but just revolving around, of course, the E note, whether it's here, up here, here, but get to know, you know, E all over the bass if you don't already. And if you want to check out more dead bass lessons, I've got a playlist of a bunch right over here, so check that out. But practice this stuff and take it real slow and easy. Make sure you get it under your fingers and experiment and find your own sound and have fun with it.